All right, yes, people, welcome to the Real Talk Football TV podcast, Premier League debate show. Host Shaq, we've got Tobias in the building. We're going to go straight into it. Like I said before, like, comment, and subscribe. You can watch us on YouTube later on. You can watch us on Twitter. Yeah, and let's go straight into it. Big games over the weekend. Man United dropping points. Spurs losing. West Ham really gaining a point. You would say dropping a point. That's really gaining a point.
The way it was.
Yeah, the way it was. But we'll start off with Liverpool. 4 wins on the spin. The Mighty Reds, the Red Machines march on. Everybody is fit. I know Tobias' face is budding him, which I fucking like.
Kills me.
Four wins on the spin. A gritty 1-0 win. That was Liverpool 18-19, where we just don't have to play well and we nick a result. With Diaz coming in, and you look at the bench, Tobias, the bench was Kelleher, Tsimikas, Thiago, Diaz, Jota. The bench was ridiculous. Like, to me, that is the strongest bench I've seen in Liverpool's, in my lifetime, in the sense of looking at the bench. This is the first time where I've looked at that bench and everybody in that bench believes they should be starting. And then if you look at the people who didn't make the bench, Origi and Gomez didn't even make the bench. And I forgot Kanate as well. Kanate was on the bench as well. If you look at that bench, everybody believes they should be in the starting lineup. So the question is, now, with Diaz coming in, with Harvey Elliott back from fitness, is this squad on par with City and Chelsea? Like I said, I think Liverpool's team's better than Chelsea's. I don't think that's really a debate. But the depth, I still feel they had more depth. And Man City's depth is crazy. Now, with them two coming in, with everybody fit, do you think Liverpool's squad is on par with Man City and Chelsea?
I said it, I think we had the debate earlier in the season, didn't we? Where I sort of said that, because we was talking a lot about your squad and lack of squad depth. Yeah. But I was under the belief that you had a good squad and adding it with quality. The difference is that you're adding it with quality now. Obviously, you've seen snippets of Diaz, but if Klopp's playing him from the start,
there's a problem.
That's always a sign. Klopp's saying he can't even speak to him properly. Language, but he's still playing him.
Yeah.
And usually if you go to Liverpool, you're sitting down for 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, facts.
You got to hold that bench. You got to train. You got to get used to the system.
Yeah.
With Mane and Salah being at the AFCON, did that make a difference? Probably, obviously, because he wouldn't have been starting.
Yeah.
But he had other options.
Yeah.
And now, if I'm scared, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm scared with the managers that you and City have got. Like, and the looking across my team, it's frightening. It's scary. Hopefully, that you buy a couple of duds in the summer. But the history doesn't show that that's going to be the case. Now, at the minute, 100%. You're doing consistent, and you're looking at people like Keita or Quito who hasn't hit the ground running, and we forget players like him. And if he was to just be consistent, but that's the
with his fitness,
or stay injury free. Yeah, people like Ox. You still got Ox.
Yeah. Well, if you look at Liverpool supporters now are looking at Henderson. The last few months, he's been terrible, really. Now, like, Liverpool fans are basically having a talk there. Henderson needs to hold the bench now, because when you looked at the game against Burnley, when Thiago came on, the levels just went up. Like, you had, like, you look at that, you're looking at that midfield three with Keita, Thiago, and Fabinho. It's very different to like the old school Liverpool midfield, where it was just a lot of pressing, harassing. Like, Klopp's trying to get away from that type of style. He wants controlling midfield players there, with Harvey Elliott coming in as well. I believe that you'll see the phasing out of Henderson because our style is completely changing.
Well, your team's different now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Now
it's changing. Yeah,
this is what happens when you start breeding quality within your squad.
yeah,
The weak links start to get noticed.
yeah,
And it could be the basics. It could be
yeah.
just down to things that because Henderson hasn't changed. Do you know what I mean? Like it's things
Just
that
got
let him down
experience.
in terms of his touch
Yeah,
or his quality of pass
yeah,
or his strike at goal
yeah,
or strikes at goal because he loves them. But when he starts seeing quality within the squad,
yeah,
and it's obvious, and then you sort of when teams sitting back now and you're getting that respect, you have that fear factor.
yeah,
You
yeah,
need someone that can break it down.
yeah.
Yeah, like
100%.
Henderson will drag you through a war. Do you know what I mean? He'll lift the
Yeah,
players and he'll
yeah.
shout all day and all the rest of it. But do you lot need that now?
Well, I still believe there's a place for him in the squad. I think
Yeah.
Henderson will come in for the big games. Let's say even like Champions League, we're playing PSG away or Bayern away, where we know you're not going to have the ball as much, and you need that experience and leadership
But you've
and that
got that
work
in
rate.
Milner though. So
Yeah,
you're
but
saying
Henderson's still a younger version. Henderson's a younger
Henderson
version.
replaces Milner, but
Yeah,
Milner's got
100%. That's what's going to happen.
but Milner's got better quality. So where do you sort of weigh it up?
But if you look at it, Henderson's at a higher pecking order than Milner. So at the moment, Liverpool's preferred midfield three for Klopp is Thiago, Henderson, and Fabinho. That's what Klopp likes. But I think eventually he's going to be phased out, and I can see it being Fabinho, Thiago, Elliott, or Keita. And if you look at all four of their midfield players, they're controlling midfield players. They're very similar, not maybe the same levels of the Man City's midfield, but they are controlling midfield players.
But you say that though. But I've said again, like you do, like City, they're not star-studded. If you know what I mean, they're not sort of.
No.
You wouldn't get the average, or you wouldn't get a kid off the street being good in the game.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get the boy off the street being Rodri.
Yeah.
Whereas, use my for example, you probably have how many kids are going to be Pogba? How many kids are going to be a Fernandez, or how many kids are going to be a Harvey Elliott or Thiago?
Yeah.
So it's different. City are a weird squad to me. They're so weird. Like you don't. It's a team. It's
a team. Yeah, it's a team, and it's the manager as well. He looks for technical players, and he gets the maximum out of them. I believe the second Pep goes, they're back. Even with the same squad, they're back to the pack. They're back to the pack.
Yeah.
100% they're back to the pack. They're not winning the league, winning 13, 14, 15 games on the spin. I'm telling you, they're back to the pack.
If a new manager comes in, he'll have to get rid of half the squad.
Yeah, because
he's not going to suit the next
manager.
Yeah,
100%.
It's definitely not. It's like how Conte usually sets up a team. But you as squads, it's frightening at the minute, to be honest. If you lot get where you're gonna recruit, is Diaz though a replacement for Mane or Salah? Obviously, you got Salah with the contract issue.
Yeah.
Mane, and they're both getting of age now. Can you afford to keep them? And obviously, you got the American owners. So, can that be an option?
Well, I hope not, because when you look at them five players, the front five in Jota, Salah, Mane, Firmino, Diaz. That's like Man City and Chelsea, where they've got five players for 3 spots. And it's just, I think as Liverpool fans now, we need to stop saying, a player needs to leave, or this player needs to stay, or this player needs to leave. We just need to enjoy it and get used to us chopping and changing. Klopp has said it. Klopp's come out and said, you know what, this team's been together for a long time. Now it needs depth where it needs more competition. So that means he's looking at it and saying certain amount of eyes have come off the ball. They're getting too comfortable.
Definitely.
So it's just literally train hard, make the best man win. That's how it should go.
That's the mentality of top squads.
That's
isn't
it. That's it. And I think Liverpool's next development is now like how Man United used to be in the late 90s or mid 2000s. Can we win multiple trophies now?
Yeah.
And if you win multiple trophies, you have to have a massive squad. You got to have man like Gomez and Origi can't even get in the 16.
Yeah.
You have to. Because if you don't, you're just going to win the one league there and one Champions League there. But you're not going to be like Man United. You're not going to be remembered like Man United and Chelsea, where you win the league and an FA Cup or a Champions League and a Carabao Cup. Or like the 99 team of Man United won the league, the FA Cup and the Champions League. That's what you're remembered. If you're a great side, you've got to win multiple trophies. Multiple trophies equals big squad.
Yeah. But it also equals legacy, doesn't it? And
100%.
You said at the start of the season, every cup matters. And you know what? Yeah, respect to Pep for that. Because
straight.
Pep has always made a thing about winning every cup, especially the League Cup. That's been his trophy since he's come.
Yeah, straight.
The League Cup needs to be thrown away. Now Pep's winning it because he's got the squad to do it, obviously.
But plus, everybody's disrespected it. He hasn't. He's like, that's the first trophy you can win. Take that quickly. Let easy work.
Easy money. If you know what, you don't want to play your reserves for it. Cool, I'll take that.
I'll take that all day.
You know what I'm saying? And but now, look at the League Cup. Look who's in the final of the League Cup now.
Yeah, 100%. Because of Pep.
Yeah, because of Pep. Every cup matters.
100%.
With the amount of money now and the amount of teams in that Premier League, the top class managers, or I say top class managers, the three at the forefront.
Yeah.
There's only 4 trophies.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? So, and free domestic, you've got to win. Every trophy matters. 100%. Because you got to go at the end of the season and say you won something.
Yeah, straight.
That's all that matters.
Straight. 100%. I think, like you said, this squad it's catching Man City's and Chelsea's. It's on par basically.
I don't know. You say Chelsea though, but Chelsea have got a bunch of similar players.
Yeah.
Their squad is similar, like it's similar level. Like who's the world class players in Chelsea's team? Who you calling world class?
Kante. That's most probably it.
Jorginho is just needed.
Jorginho.
Ballon d'Or shout.
That's done. Rudiger maybe, but Rudiger hasn't done this for consistent.
This is what I'm saying. You're all looking at maybes. Kovacic.
Yeah.
I like
maybe. Yeah, I like him. Maybe. They've got a lot of potentials in a sense of Havertz, Pulisic. They've got potentials.
Lukaku?
On current form, no. But what he's done, you maybe have to put him in that world-class bracket. If you're going to say Harry Kane's world-class, then he's world-class.
Yeah. I get you, but I don't think but people will say Harry's world-class. But I think he's on a similar level to Lukaku.
Yeah.
Different strengths.
Yeah.
But 100%. I don't know. And then look at their wings. Chelsea, your squad's better than Chelsea's.
Yeah. Well, I believe so. Like, there's no goals. They still haven't stopped their problem in the sense of who's going to get them 25 goals.
Well, they just shot 2 men in Giroud and Tammy.
Yeah,
they didn't believe in the squad. Like, why did you get rid of these? They're perfect squad people. What? Tammy wouldn't sit on the bench. Giroud's not going to sit on the bench. Come on.
Yeah, straight.
Keep him as the squad, and now you got Timo and Lukaku. Your only frontman. Madness.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But yeah, Liverpool squad's going strong. We'll see at the end of the season if they pick up any trophies. All right, let's go past them because we talked about Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea. They're the only 3 teams who are consistent. The rest of you lot, especially from it's the rest of you lot from West Ham who are 4th, Man United in 5th, Arsenal are in 6th, Wolves are in 7th, and Tottenham are in 8th. The consistency between them 4 clubs there, it's absolutely terrible. It feels like the top 3 are consistent. The rest are shit. That's what it feels like.
To be fair, I've been asking for consistency of United for ages. We finally got it, but the problem is we're consistently shit, bro. Like, what the hell is going on now? You're upsetting me on a weekly basis. You know what? Yeah, no joke, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, what you said, I don't know who's going to be top 4. I think just before Christmas, I thought Arsenal were going to do it, and then 3 weeks later, I thought, it's Man United now because they won a couple of games in a row, and then they fell off a cliff, and then Tottenham are winning games, and they've had so many games in hand, but the games in hand they've had now, they've lost them all. So to me, the strongest team at the moment is West Ham because they've got the points. You guys have got games in hand and Arsenal, but it means shit right now because it doesn't matter because it feels like who's got the points is in the driving seat. I've gone for Wolves and I'm going to stick with Wolves because I think
that's a good shout. That's a great shout. Wolves because they go under the radar. They're the only one that no one's talking about. None of the media talking about Wolves. Yeah. Talking about West Ham and talking about United, obviously Arsenal, Tottenham.
Yeah. If Brighton, and if you look to Brighton, if Brighton drew half of their games, they would be 4th. They've only lost 4 games all season, but they've drawn about 15.
Bro, it's a top 4 or the ones outside of that top 3 need to be careful now.
Yeah, 100%.
Need to be careful. Everyone needs to spot the play now. No one is broke anymore.
No.
No one is broke anymore. Like there's money everywhere.
Yeah.
Wolves
owners. When Coutinho's going to Aston Villa.
Money.
It's bonkers.
Newcastle, money.
Yeah.
Bro, like Man U, Arsenal, Tottenham, you need to sort the ship out immediately. Yeah, it is getting problems. This whole Premier League is getting mad. Now I get why these lot wanted to do a Super League. You see these shit bastards, right? You see it.
Yeah, they need that.
They wanted to do the Super League.
Yeah, they want that money. They knew what's
coming.
They
wanted that money for no work, that consistent money, because they spot the play. They spotted the play. Well done. They spotted the play. Super League because we're gonna have to start running a proper ship out here.
Yeah. Recruitment's got to be spot on.
It's got to be spot on.
Yeah, because if you're trying to teeth players from Brighton, Aston Villa, be prepared to pay serious P.
And there's no obvious players no more.
No, there's not.
There's no obvious players no more. I don't know who agrees, who doesn't. It's either football's the money you can't buy players, or it's the pool of players. Like scouting, you can't get wrong. It's so hard to pick up a player now. Like you're spending 80 mil. We're spending 80 mil on Harry Maguire, 50 mil on Wan-Bissaka.
Fucking hell.
You know what I mean? People at Brighton are picking up Basuma for pennies.
Yeah.
So it's either there's not much difference between the pool of players outside the so-called top leagues, or the standards got worse.
Yeah, 100%. And it's I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of both.
Because you look at Grealish, £100 million.
Yeah. Well, Declan Rice, they're going to talk about 100 million. I think Declan Rice is a baller, but £100 million is 100 million. He's a £100 million player who wouldn't be guaranteed to get into Liverpool's, Chelsea, or Man City's team. I'm not spending £100 million. If I'm spending £100 million, he's got to be the best player on my team.
You know what though? I think it's also a player that suits the system. I think it's everything combined, because Grealish, you rate Grealish. You was talking about Grealish a lot.
Yeah.
I thought Grealish was a good player. Thank God he didn't come us, because Jesus Christ. Actually, he probably could have done with him in a way, but his mentality. But we probably get onto that later. But yeah, £100 million. What's he done?
Yeah, 100%. But even going back to the top 4, everybody's so inconsistent. I thought Spurs would be because of the Conte factor, but it's showing with Spurs. It feels like it's going to end in tears. It's bubbling. It just feels like.
But you know unrest.
Why? It's unrest. He hasn't got the players he wanted.
It's not. It's that, and it's also Spurs are in a similar position to what we are. It's the mentality of the group of players that are still there.
Yeah.
You see these, especially Spurs. Well, Spurs is exactly the same as United, to be fair, because Poch would have come at the similar time to when Fergie left, and throughout that time, it's the mentality of this group of players that haven't won nothing.
Yeah.
That feel that they need to be treated in a certain way.
Yeah, 100%.
Like Conte's like none of this arms over the shoulder or hugging you and you're the best and all of this. Let's call a spade a spade. You are shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying?
That's what he's telling them as well.
Yeah, you can't do what I want you to do. You know what I mean? You're useless to me.
Yeah, and I think he's told them stuff like that, told them home truths, and said, you know what? If it was up to me, you motherfuckers won't be here. All of you be gone.
No, but you see what? Yeah, it's that also, but it's a change of mentality as a whole in terms of training.
Yeah,
Probably one I'm in 2 days or twice daily, or one I'm in later to finish later. And neither think that they can dictate to like, I don't want to be doing it, bro. You best do what you're told.
But that's what I'm saying. So going on to that, talking about doing what you're told, it's talking about the players at Man United not having Rangnick. I think Gary Neville was on Sky Sports and talking about players are leaking certain things to the press about they don't like his training methods, they're outdated. Well, I've got my say on it, but because you're a Man United man, I want to hear what you're going to say first, because I think we're going to say the same thing.
Didn't we have the same group of players, similar group, talking the same about LVG?
Yep.
Ole, you're telling me Ole's training is better than people like LVG and Rangnick? Get the hell out of me. Get out of here, bro. Like, don't lie to me, please. Like, Ole.
Straight.
No.
Straight.
You're not taking the mic. You tell you the difference is realism. Realism is the difference.
Straight.
Man telling you, like, yo, even probably in training, like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah,
no more hugs. You don't get hugs at high level activities. Do you know what I mean? It's business. Do your job. Do you know what I'm saying? Excuses all the time. Is training methods. Bro. Man United are not good enough.
Yeah, straight.
I've looking at that team 100 times now. Over, I'm looking at that team. You can who in that team can hold their hand up and say and talk?
De Gea, Ronaldo, and Bruno.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, they're not the ones that are talking now.
No, I know. That's what kills me.
It's all these sidemen. It's all these Shaws, these Maguires, these Wan-Bissakas, these Rashfords. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Shut up. You don't not want to think of any worthy in your life. Relax. Fall back. You've not been consistent. You've not developed. You're just anything. You're just living off the Man United name. Rashford seemed to come and turn into the new Danny Welbeck. And to be fair, I probably have Danny Welbeck. At the time, Danny Welbeck was doing that job than Rashford.
Yeah, straight.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, I used to give Tom Cleverley stick. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm seeing Fred and McTominay in the midfield. This is a madness. It's mentality. It's all down to the mentality. And anytime any manager comes in, even down to Jose, I didn't like Jose, but they didn't like Jose.
But the thing is, Jose was saying this, like, he was saying these men are toxic. Like, how many, like, they've got rid of what? Some of them have been there since LVG. So Rashford's been around with LVG. Martial, sure. So LVG, Mata. So it's literally 3 managers they threw under a bus. Basically, threw under a bus. They stopped playing for LVG. They stopped playing for Jose Mourinho. They stopped playing for Ole, and Rangnick's coming. Like, who do they think they are? Who are these guys? What have they won?
I think they're the team that Sir Alex left. You know, when they come out and said, you know what, David Moyes is training, you know, it was like, you know what, that's right. Yeah. You lot can tell the truth. You witnessed some proper training. These side men, forget it. Like,
I was baffled. Like, even if his methods are outdated, you man have no right to talk.
But it's not even that. They're scared of the truth because Rangnick, has he done anything different to Ole? No. He hasn't. He's picked the same players. I'm seeing that same dead starting lineup that was seen for Bar Dallo. That's the only change.
And Donny van der Beek doing bits for Everton when he got his first start. You lot are taking L's everywhere. Man United are taking L's.
Good. 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 You know what I'm saying? Because you want to look me in the eye and tell me McTominay and Fred are better than Donny. There's not a chance.
Yeah,
Not a
straight.
chance, bro.
But Tommy's he's terrible.
But
He is
Donny
so
didn't even
terrible.
get given a chance, though.
No, I know that's bad.
Like, you're bringing him on for so has Rangnick done anything different? No, he hasn't. He's trying to implement a style of play which I can half see, because he's trying to get these men to play football for once in a pattern, because we've never played a pattern of football for I don't know how long. So we've had no pattern of play for I don't know how long. So you're looking at every time the ball comes, they was confused. Anytime a team sat back, we was confused. We only done well against a team that we counter-attacked against.
Yeah.
So the only difference is now is that within press conferences, at least you hear or you can agree with certain things he says. We used to lose. Ole used to come out and say, the lads gave it their all. Like, what are you talking about? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A great bunch of lads. They play for that. I work with them every day. This is what these lot want to hear.
Yeah.
They want to hear their ego getting bloated. Like, yeah, we're the best, bro. You're not.
They haven't got the mentality to play for Man United. It's a different breed. Like, to play for the Man Uniteds, to play for now the Man Cities and Chelseas, it's a mentality thing. It's not just talent. It's more mentality than talent. You've got to be on it every single day. That's in training, that's in matches. And if you play bad, be prepared to hear criticism. And it feels like you, man, can't hear it.
But they should be criticizing each other.
But they're not built like that.
They're not built like that.
They're not built like that.
They're built Jesse and Rashford all doing dances and forget all of that, man. I'm not. Do dances really win?
You think Roy Keane would be standing for that? Are you crazy?
Dude, even Gary Neville, Gary Neville or Rio. You know what? Yeah, he was a damn shame, because I don't know why I done it to myself. I watched the Rooney documentary yesterday.
Yeah.
And obviously showing the clips of our team back then, or even down to him. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, mentality is different. Built different.
Mentality is totally different.
Yeah, built different. They're built
16, different. I just had to laugh. 16, first training session forever. And he said, I was the best player there.
Yeah, straight.
I knew I was the best player there. Sit. Do you know what I mean? That's elite mentality.
Yeah. Gerrard was talking the same thing. Gerrard was saying, like, when he was 17, when he got into the first team, if he wasn't the best player on training every single training session, he would go home and think about his performance. That was 17. And I think there's another thing when Redknapp said the first training session when Gerrard came, a 17, 18-year-old, Ince had the ball, took a touch. Gerrard's come from nowhere, rattled him. Rattled him. Ince looked at him like, what are you doing? Like, Gerrard's looking at you like, I'm moving you old guys out the way. It's my time now. Like, showing no one respect, innit? You're a blank face to me. I don't care if you're Paul Ince, innit? You take a bad touch like that, you're getting moved to. And you don't get that no more. The mentality is different. You need to have that mentality. But that comes from the top, it comes from the top all the way down to the bottom.
And you got Harry after he gets turned, like I wouldn't like cheese.
He's a human fridge. Fridge.
But then he comes out after the game and says, we should have scored more. Hold on a minute, bro. We should not have conceded. Forget the strikers done their job. Yeah, they scored a goal.
Scored the goal. Yeah, straight.
You didn't do your job because you didn't keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Well, how the hell? And it was your mistake. Are you coming on national team and you're the captain talking that dribble? Come on, man.
I know Man United fans. I've been watching a lot of the Man United channels. They've had enough of him. It's like, people need to have, they're like, we need to have a talk about this guy. This guy is killing us.
No, but you know what? Yeah, that's because Rangnick said, "Sack this. I'm not protecting you no more. I'm not playing deep. You got move up the pitch.
Yeah, straight.
You know what I mean? I'm not playing 10 yards back.
Yeah, straight.
To help your game. That's dead. I don't care how much you cost. We're playing higher up. You need to learn how to defend one-on-one.
And when Ralph Hasenhuttl was coming out and straight disrespected you, basically saying, just work harder than Man United, and eventually you will score. That's what he's saying. Like, they love to having the ball, but they don't track back. They don't work hard enough. Just outwork them, and you'll get a result.
But I'm going to pick Pogba because this is just fresh on my mind. I'm using an example against the Southampton in the Southampton game. This is what I say about mentality and sort of team ethic and all the rest of it. This is what I say Pogba can't play in the centre midfield or deep in the centre midfield because he's surrounded by three players. So I think there's 3, and we've got probably 2-3 players behind him.
Yeah.
Instead of playing a pass, he's done great movement to get into a position where he can now look up past the ball.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, he's got 3 men surrounded him. He's tried to do a nuts.
Yeah.
Southampton break straight away. It's like, this is basics. Why are you trying to do a nuts there? And it's not. I'm not digging him out as his Pogba because he played.
I think the first 30 minutes he was really good.
He's unbelievable, but that's just fresh on my mind.
Yeah.
It's just, but that just goes through the whole team. Do you know, Maguire taking eternity on the ball, running into no man's land?
He's terrible. He's terrible.
I've said it for ages. He should not be captain. I don't know how he is captain of Man United.
He should stop Man United. He should stop Man United level. He should stop.
Shaq, come on. Do you think don't get me wrong, he is bad.
He's terrible.
Bad. But you get back, now he can't handle so much scrutiny on him because also he's the captain. Do you know what I mean? And that's where the whole club's eating him up now from the inside out.
Well, but the thing is, Tobias, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, they've looked good at clubs where they've been protected. Maguire's protected. People said he had amazing Euros and a World Cup. He was protected at England. They played a 3 at the back. He had Walker next to him. He had Walker next to him, who was rapid, who always running, and then you had 2 holding midfield players. So you basically had a back 6 protecting this guy. So he's been protected so much. Rangnick's coming now and said, "I'm German. We don't play this style of football. We're going to play high up the field. We're going to try and press, and we're going to keep the game condensed in their half." Now he's got no protection, and he's just showing frailties that we've known for years.
But it's basics though. You know,
he's not good.
Did you see Waghurst and you see how Broja treated him?
Yeah, he bullied him. I like him though. Broja's
Broja's decent, to be fair. Hasselhutten's decent. He picks a player everyone thought that once he got stripped of his players again, he was going to fall away, but he brought that right back in. From Chelsea, then
he's from Chelsea. Chelsea got some.
This striker from Chelsea got some players.
Flipping where they come from. Some serious youngsters, boy.
Lamptey.
They just come from nowhere and shot them for 20 mil. It's mad.
But did Houghton disrespect and stuff? I don't think he did. I think he looked at it.
He told the truth.
Why are we always talking about Man United for?
Yeah, they're a big club.
We're looking at. He must be looking at that team, and I would take James Ward-Prowse and Romelu over McFred.
100%. 100%.
You know what I mean? That Salise, I'd take him over Harry Maguire in an instant.
100%. 100%.
Why are we talking about Man United? Who's great in that team right now? De Gea, Ronaldo. Ronaldo's living off reputation, but
he's looking 37.
But only we could make him look 37. Do you know what I'm saying? Only we could do that.
Yeah.
Because you feed him, although he's missed a couple of chances, he'll score. If he's at Man City now, it's different. It's a different run.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But even down to our business in January, how have we left ourselves with Cavani and a Ronaldo up top?
It's mad. I don't think the strikers are out there for you guys, but
but
you're crying. But the thing is, you're crying out for midfielders for the last 3 years, and you've just not bought midfielders.
And I'm glad we let Tony go. But because we had a midfielder there, we didn't want to play. Pogba was injured for 3-4 months, and Donny still couldn't get a run of games. Still couldn't get a run of games. And this is the thing: how do you even blame people on the bench? You're looking at Maguire. Like, how is Maguire playing?
Well, Lindelof's been your best centre half.
Pardon?
Lindelof's been your best centre half, and he's thinking, "How am I still on the bench?"
Madness. Lindelof and Varane.
That's the back. That should be your back.
Better.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, way better.
Yeah, 100%.
The level that's and really truly, that's what Varane needed. And I mean, that's what Lindelof needed. A player next to him. Yeah. We're talking about Maguire needs bro. But remember before, people that Maguire needs another.
What? You spent £80 million and you need a player next to him.
Come on. No. Come on.
Varane must be thinking, I've just come from Ramos to this guy. Like he must be thinking, what the
Captain fuck Ramos. I've come from being captained by Ramos.
To Harry Maguire.
Yeah, Harry. Relegated 8 times.
You must give the flipping armband to Varane. At least he's been there, won it, done the t-shirt, got the whole thing.
Bro, just let's dead the dance and just give it to De Gea.
Yeah, straight.
Let's be honest.
Straight.
Just give it to De Gea.
Yeah, straight.
Most senior or the mayor most deserving in that squad.
The only guy who's won something.
Do you know? Well, Ronaldo, but
if you know what I mean. Ronaldo. Yeah.
From when he's winning Player of the Year 4 seasons running.
Yeah,
that should have been the highlight. That there's issues at the club, but our recruitment has been dire. All our scouts need to get sacked.
Yeah, straight.
All of them need to get sacked. How are you in a job?
Straight. Yeah, it's bonkers. It's bonkers.
It's impossible.
You lot got a tough game tomorrow against Brighton.
Bro, every game that we look at is tough. I looked at Burnley, I was like, oof. Burnley are bottom of the league, I looked at Burnley, I was like, oof.
I know.
I looked at Southampton, I was like, oh. Now I'm looking at Brighton, I'm like, oh my God. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get very, very, very bad. Like, it's gonna get bad.
All right, one word. Who gets fourth?
You know what? I want to say, I'm only going to say Tottenham just because it's the manager.
Nah, fuck that. They're dead. They're done.
They're
done. No, fuck that. They're done.
If I'm looking at the manager, if I'm looking at all the managers there, I'd say Tottenham. But you know what? I think we'll do it. I think because of the inconsistencies across the board, we're bad. But
you know what? It's hard for you now because the teams you've had, to me, you could have cemented fourth
easily.
Now you're next, bro. You got Man United, Man City soon. You got Liverpool soon. You got You got Tottenham. You got some big games coming up where you could have had at least a 6 to 9 point gap between fourth and fifth.
I hear you, but in fairness, Burnley's a 3-pointer. Like, I'm not looking at for your teams, the top 3. If you're looking at the Arsenals, Tottenhams, West Ham's, Wolves, Burnley should be a winnable one.
Yeah.
Southampton would cause all of those teams problem.
Yeah.
You can't say that. You can't put your hand on your heart and say any of them 4 teams will walk in and run away with
it.
Yeah. Brighton will cause any of them teams problems.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, there's no 100%ers.
No, there's not. There's not.
Like, you guys struggled with Burnley. Probably the worst that you'll play, but you know, if you know what I mean. Look at I don't think even down to Newcastle, the points that we dropped at Newcastle.
Yeah.
Drew twice.
Yeah. Top 4 should have been cemented for you guys
ages ago.
Personally, I'm going to stick with Wolves because I think out of all the teams between 4th and 8th, they defend better than everybody. They've got the best defense. They're only Man City have conceded less than them. And if Jimenez could go on a purple patch where he's got the ability just to start going around and scoring goals, I think this will be their best ever time for Wolves to take
Foden's back.
Yeah. And if Pedro Neto could come back before the end of the season and do a little bit, I believe Wolves. I'm going to stick with Wolves. I'm going to definitely stick with Wolves. Definitely.
You're doing well, but it's dire, mate, because if United don't get Champions League this year, then it is a fast going forward. You know how many players you need to replace at the end of the season?
This is heaven. I love it. Yeah,
Imagine how much money that we've spent. This is why I say the scouts have got to get set. The amount of money we've spent, and you look at our squad, and you're like, who stays?
The last decade, since 2012, there was a sheet. Man United has spent more money than everybody in the whole of Europe since 2012 to 2022.
And look at that squad.
And you're nowhere near competing.
Look at the squad.
No, they're competing. Long may it continue. Long may it continue, mate. But yeah, guys, one more thing. One word, Tobias. Who wins the boxing on Saturday? Brook or Card?
I hope both of them lose, bro. True stories. What? I hope some Jake Paul comes in and knocks both of you out.
Some WWE with the steel chair.
This is what this is, isn't it? These are just making bread off people. That's all it is. All these are doing is just making money off people that are dumb enough to pay for it.
I'm telling you.
When was the last time they fought?
I don't know. The last time they fought, they both got knocked out. That's the last time.
They've been getting on losing streaks like you wouldn't believe, and now you want to come back, talk a bit of trash, and they're the worst trash talkers in the world.
Well, Kell Brook's terrible. Card's not too bad. So Card's living rent free in his head though. It's funny.
Listen. But when you're arguing who got knocked out worse by the same player, you get.
Man said you got knocked out, and the other one said you got knocked out by a jab.
That is the worst. That is the worst argument I think I've ever heard. Like this is why I looked at it and said, I'm not even watching it. I say I'm not watching it.
I think I'm gonna watch it.
I'll get sucked in. But you know what? I'm gonna be so pissed that I watched it.
Yeah.
Because who cares? This is like watching
it's dead.
Tyson versus Roy Jones again.
Yeah. Just a hug fest.
Like this is an exhibition. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
What weight does it? You're just taking up another man's spot.
Yeah, straight.
That's all you're doing.
Straight.
Just for your like when Hay come back and fought Bellew and wasted my time.
Yeah.
Just to pay his rent, Listen, I ain't got time to be watching people just pay their rent. Yeah, to pay man's gas bill and that. Forget all that. You got to take some liberties. And this is what these two joint men want to do.
Yeah,
come on. I don't want to watch that trash, bro.
Yeah.
It's no, it's not even. Yeah. But I was just saying, no, even UFC on, is there?
No, that was last.
That was Adesanya.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
A little bit. Dead fight though. Dead fight.
Listen, bring back Anderson in his prime, man.
Yeah,
come on.
That's what I'm saying. But that's for God.
I don't want to hear it about Adesanya.
We'll talk offline. All right, guys. Like I said, follow us on Twitter. It's down below. Follow us on YouTube. And like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you lot later. We are out.